RWBY is licensed and produced by Rooster Teeth and created by Monty Ohm. Please support the official release. Hello there, YouTube Jack here with more RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 5, The Coming Storm. Very fitting title in my opinion, even though I don't know what the episode's about, but we're definitely building a lot of tension between characters and in general. Kind of just feeling makes you wait for this volcano to erupt. In a sense, so, well, it's not necessarily a storm, but you get the foreboding feeling. So that's what I'm trying to say. Also something I want to add to the previous episodes. Regarding Ozpin, for one, it's so weird to think of Ozpin to be the one who's in control of Oscar at the moment when he's screaming and crying and all that, which is just which kind of makes the scene all more amazing when you think about that this usually very stoic and calm person was pushed to these extremes. But it's just so hard to imagine Ozpin in this position, because that's all we've ever seen of him, this stoic and calm person. It's just drives the point home. On that front, I know right now opinions are a bit split whether to hate Ozpin or to sympathize with him. I personally am more on the sympathizing side here. He has been doing this for thousands of years, you know? I mean, give kudos to the man that all of his empathy hasn't already been whittled down, that he just views people as pawns, which is something that he's usually accused of, that, you know, he just moves pawns in his little game. I honestly think that's kind of because he gets to reincarnate rather than the likes of Salem, who stays in the same body forever. That he sort of still experiences life, the cycle of life, you know, beginning and end, as he grows old over and over again, but still, he knows that a life is so long. It's not just something passing by him, because he grows old with them, provided he doesn't just die again. But from the greater scheme of things, you know, most lives compared to thousands of years are really nothing big. And beyond that, you know, what other options does Ozpin have other than just, you know, rolling over, play dead, and let Salem do her thing, which, mind you, is a thing he already did in the past, given the fairy tale of the Four Maidens, when he just was reluctant hermit living in his little cabin and ignoring the world outside. He already did everything, probably. He already tried close to everything. As he said with Lionheart, he wasn't the first to betray him, no duh. When you've done this for thousands of years, you gotta get betrayed plenty. And I'm sure he also had instances where he tried telling people everything, and didn't work out, as it seems. He says as much in episode, what was it, 2, chapter 2. His behavior is backed by experience. And I know technically he's written by people of finite age, but in world, when you're being told that by a wizard who has lived thousands of years, for crying out loud, I think he knows what he's talking about in the greater scheme of things. You know? Just all that, and in the end, not to say that he didn't screw up, he screwed up big times, okay? He promised no more half-truths and no more lies, and then he proceeds to immediately lie to them and tell half-truths, which obviously not a smart move there, Oz. But still, that aside, you know, his scheming and secretive side aside, the stuff that he didn't tell them, you could argue, was not necessary for them to know. And I'm sure he's made mistakes there too, where he withheld crucial information and that ended up biting him in the ass. But still, like, what Crow said to him, to Oscar, no, to him, just to Oscar's body after punching him, pretty much just verified all his worst fears, in that he got the verification that if you tell them, especially that there is no greater plan at work, that Salem is immortal and he has no idea how to beat her, that just destroys people. And any sort of lingering trust that people might have in him to say that, no, I don't have a plan. Which again, what is he supposed to do? Even if he doesn't have a plan, he can't just ignore Salem. That's not gonna work out in anybody's favor. And the last thing I want to mention is, I think people give Ozpin a bit too much credit in terms of the power he has and the influence. I mean, you know, he schemed himself, basically, in the position of the headmaster of Beacon by arranging things such in his previous life. But even so, he is just the headmaster, and okay, he has his inner circle of the Guardians and his secret cabal and whatnot, but politically speaking, he has the headmasters on his side to a degree. We saw that with Ironwood, they don't really see eye to eye on everything. He can't just snap his fingers and make stuff happen in a political world. He had problems with the council and everything, which just goes to show he doesn't have power over them, and he's not the dictator that people make him out to be, where he can just do whatever he wants. No, he's a cog in the system. He may know more than most people, and you know, he has magic, great. Go to the people and tell them, hey, I have magic, do whatever I want. He tried that before too, mind you. Being the dictator and having people follow him. Again, didn't work out. Backed by experience. He knows what he's talking about. Just wanted to get that off my chest, okay? Sorry for all those who are skipping ahead anyway. And wow, my mouth is dry now. So, episode 5, The Coming Storm. In 3, 2, 1, go. And yes, I skipped the opening.
Do you have my information?
Wow, we're gonna start out with black screen fade in every time, huh?
Of course I do, darling. Little Miss always delivers. Although I can't promise you'll be pleased.
I think the smoke effect.
Word is they were seen boarding the August Limited a few weeks back. Well, that isn't exactly far from here. Argus is rarely a destination for folks. Chances are they'll be going straight to
Atlas.
Yep, you should really let her finish talking though.
You know, you turned out to be quite the interesting customer. Cinder.
Are you really that surprised? You have wanted posters all over the place.
It's not often a single client brings me double the business.
Neo! Yes! 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 Oh!
Neil?
Maybe put away the good glasses.
So, she's after Cinder, that's interesting to know. And honestly, Cinder's keeping up well for having only one eye with those precise attacks. Do we have Neo's theme song playing right now? What? Ah, oh, finally! Two volumes of nothing, so thank you for that. I'm a bit disappointed that she didn't change at all given the time skip, but oh well.
That's enough, ladies. I love.
What do you hope to do with that gun?
To take it outside.
Nice trick.
I love her semblance so much.
You've gotten stronger.
I have no idea what she's doing with it, but I love it.
So have I.
Have you now? The top hat! The top hat! Oh well, she did get some hits in.
I don't have time for your misplaced blame, girl. I didn't kill your boss. If you want revenge, take it up with Little Red.
Yeah, Nero doesn't really care that much about talking.
You're not the only one with a grudge against Ruby. Listen.
Yeah, there's the whole... Oh yeah, she doesn't know. Fair enough that she doesn't know, honestly.
Wasting your time fighting me. And let's discuss how we kill her together.
Yeah, because the partnership worked out that well last time.
Okay then. Let's talk. Right.
Oh, that was everything I'd hoped for. Except the fact that Neo again sides with Cinder.
The empty towns I passed through were all damaged or unfinished.
That's a bit disappointing.
But this place looks fine.
You know,
Maybe everyone left in a hurry.
you could bust down the door, if nothing else.
Stay on guard.
So apparently, Wise is still bothered by the cold. Which, by the way, none of you brought anywhere near appropriate attire for this kind of trip.
Close the door already!
Freaking Maria.
In here as it is.
I love her. I love how Oscar still has Oswin's, you know, posture.
From the outside.
You know, the whole inherited muscle memory and whatnot.
Please, I'll look for some blankets.
Yang, go with her.
Whether he wants to or not.
Looks like a study. Or library?
And the Brunswick farm. Very nice looking people. Happy little family.
Something doesn't feel right.
You don't
Let's look for
say.
some-
Okay.
Weiss!
What now? Oh! Yeah, they didn't leave. Good to know. Yeah, that's not necessarily something you want to see. I guess the same in other places.
It's the same in every house.
What?
Bodies. Every bed in every home.
So,
It's like the whole estate just went to sleep and never woke up.
yeah, pretty much that.
Then we're not staying here.
Whatever happened, happened at night.
We don't have a choice. Storm outside's only getting worse. We'd freeze to death before we made it anywhere.
Well, might as well get comfortable.
Yeah, first chance.
Okay then.
I love her.
Let's do something.
What?
If this place wasn't abandoned, it might still have supplies we could use.
Well,
Hey, yeah.
given the if they haven't rotten,
I'll do another sweep of the grounds.
you know, in terms
No
of food.
one else goes anywhere alone.
Fair enough.
Yang and I can search the other buildings for vehicles.
Fine. Whatever gets me out of this house.
I'm not sure whether that was regarding Oz, the fact that there are corpses upstairs, or, you know, the look she gave Blake. White Rose.
Food always makes me feel better. Just saying. Right.
I'll tell you what. You keep that fire fed. And I'll find us a story to read before bed.
How nice, Grandma. Well, you found a supply shed.
Something tells me that's not street legal.
Something tells me that this is not of your concern right now.
What do you think happened here?
There's that well in the square. Maybe water contamination?
Or, you know, gas. Gas is always a good answer for these kind of things.
Okay.
But in this world, I suppose,
Yeah.
grim.
I mean, no. But, I don't know. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that you two haven't really had a talk yet, right?
Hey, I found something.
Not creepy at all.
What is it?
Nope.
I
Because if we're gonna do ghost towns, we might as well go all the way, huh?
was just seeing things. I'm sorry. I still get flashes from that night. Do you think Adam's still out there?
Well, yes.
I don't know. If he went back to the White Fang, there would have been serious consequences. But he never really liked people telling him what to do. Adam's strong, but his real power comes from control.
I guess you would
He
know.
used to get in my head, make me feel small. But now I see he just wanted to pull me down to his size. Hey, I'm not leaving.
Again.
And if we ever see him again, I promise I'll be there. I'll protect you.
What?
That's not good choice of words.
Forget it. Let's just head back.
But what about...
We're fine. We can hook that flatbed up to Bumblebee in the morning. Should carry everyone.
Does it?
Mission accomplished.
I mean, first of all, how well does Bumblebee drive in that snow? And second, actual enough power to pull everyone. That's a neat trick. Not like seriously neat.
There. On second thought, maybe we should keep this room closed.
Huh?
I'm just not sure how well my uncle's taking all of this.
Oh.
Yes, you know, the kind of whole strife he had with his sister and
Never go to Atlas on an empty stomach.
siding with Ozpin, which apparently turned out to be the wrong choice, and whatever happened to Summer might have a part in this too.
Ruby, are we really still going to Atlas?
Why wouldn't we?
Because it was Ozpin's
I
decision.
mean, you heard what Jen said. If there's no way to kill Salem, then what's the point in all of this?
Weiss, you can't be serious.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just really tired and I really, really hate this place.
Yes, understandably so.
Anything in there?
Because it's not the least bit creepy. I'm just waiting for the jump scare.
At least we'll never have problems starting a fire.
What's that?
Whatever it is, I would recommend leaving it closed.
A wine cellar? Great.
Huh?
it?
Cookies? Or beans?
Canned food?
Oh, trust me, you put enough salt on anything and it will taste just fine.
Well, I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes, that's the right mentality there. And please ignore whatever the hell this is.
But I still seriously hate this place.
Nope. Nope. No. Thank you. Actually, no, I'm kind of disappointed that it's over, but... Oh my god. Do I want to see next episode, whatever it is going to be? freaking Neo theme song, isn't it? Oh, that was just... Let's be real. That was the highlight of the episode. Obviously. Freaking obviously, just... Goddamn Neo popping up again. Isn't that the best thing ever? Maybe not ever, but it's really awesome. The fight was freaking great too. But disappointed by the overall outcome. That, you know, she ended up once again siding with Cinder, or maybe she was just biding her time. We'll see about that. But if nothing else, though, I kind of loved really the interaction there at the end, just Cinder going all maiden power on her. Neo rightfully being a bit intimidated because maiden, you don't want to mess with that at all. I was just really hoping that she was gonna go more against Cinder. I mean, she was, to be fair. And you know, you could argue whose responsibility it is that Roman died, but he was eaten by a Grim because he was fighting RWBY, but RWBY didn't do it. But Cinder brought the Grim. It's kinda so-so either way. I gotta think where there really is no correct answer, and I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be satisfied by just writing it off as an accident. So, you know, we gotta find someone who is at fault. But god damn, I love this whole fight, the whole interaction between Cinder and Neo, and of course the end with Let's Talk. Just great. It also kind of actually confirmed the whole mute thing, as if, you know, Chibi didn't already do that. But for what it's worth, Neo didn't really have that many interactions in the volumes 1 through 3. Actually, never mind 1, she didn't even appear there. So just 2 and 3, where she really had that much chance to talk, so I wasn't per se too sure whether she was just not talking or whether she really is mute. And I know, you know, Chibi kept it up by using the signs and whatnot. But I do really like the fact that, yes, she's actually mute. I kind of see this as confirmation. Maybe I'm late to the party in that regard. I mean, I accepted it as canon, honestly, up to this point. But again, I wasn't sure whether it was really a thing that she just did or whether she just really couldn't talk. Again, just disappointed that she's going with Cinder now. But it would make for an interesting reunion. I really, like, Neo and Emerald are the most important pieces that could potentially join the good side, in my opinion. Emerald is clearly only in this for Cinder. We've had this before. She was pretty much terrified by what happened in Vale, the Fall Beacon, all that. Clearly beyond whatever she did before, you know, just stealing from people. And same thing at the end of Volume 5 when we had to talk with, not really talk, you know, with RWBY, how she owes Cinder everything and whatnot. So, you know, she's sticking with Cinder, basically. And so you could argue now she's just in too deep. Because Salem is freaking terrifying, and obviously just thinking about betraying her should send alarms flaring in your head. But what I mean is that Emerald isn't in it for the end goal that everybody else seems to be in for. I mean, Mercury, in my opinion, just doesn't care, really, but, you know, everyone else just kind of more on that. I guess Hazel isn't. He just wants to kill Ozpin. Because, fuck that logic. And yeah, Neo is sort of this in-between position. She was really only with Roman and with Cinder because it was the job. And, you know, as Roman said in Volume 3, it's just, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. So, right now, she has seen that, you know, Cinder's frickin' maiden, so she might get a little fairy tale story too. And beyond that, she's kind of being told that RWBY is at fault, which, again, no more than Cinder is at fault. So we'll see how that turns out. Regardless, just for Neo being back is all I care about. I haven't even talked about the freaking ghost town and how it's actually creeping me out yet. So, you know, people apparently died in their sleep. Not scary at all, whatever caused this. Probably grim. Again, we've seen the opening, that little gate thing. It has a proper name, but I can't think of it right now. That we saw in the previous episode, them passing. Where the grim arms come out, so we'll see if that has anything to do with it. Plus, whatever, is it a freaking basement? The basement of the basement. And, you know, characters. Yang is obviously very shook still from Adam. And she really doesn't like that Blake is treating her like this fragile thing that needs protection. We've had this in the first chapter too, where she was helping her, you know, because mundane tasks that obviously she has no problem with, but no, let me help you, you're crippled now, which is exactly the self-image that she's been fighting throughout all of Volume 4, basically. So yeah, that's being reinforced now through Blake's guild. Then again, Crow kind of dealing with the whole Ospin was the wrong bet sort of thing. Oscar dealing with the fact that he's just another one of Ospin's lives, which again, I don't think is true, that the term just another one. He reincarnates, yes, but he doesn't really have a choice in the matter, and he did say the souls more or less merge, so, but you know, the flashback in episode 3 kind of made it look really more like a hostile takeover. So, we'll see. But again, I don't think it's just another life, you know, just another host to be discarded when done with. Oh well. Any case, that was amazing. I'm really looking forward to next time, but that will have to be all for now. So until then, bye.